Area ebusia me ma obia akwaba. Ene ne da di kan a o ehwe me a me ma akwaba. Eba ye Dr. Ren TV. Sanso na uko eye YouTuber eye Dr. Ren TV. Ene ti ebusia ma me ma obi bia akwaba. Enkomo ya ye ba bedi enkomo a ehu hia. Na I think say Ghana the nyina enim say ye were acting Chief Justice in the person of Justice Paul Bafo Boni. And he was suspended Chief Justice. A friend Gertrude Torkornoo. Timini woka say there Ghana no yeni Mamis CJ yen Chief Justice babe. And they saying nkɔfo bi de asɛm bi ɛfa no ho akoto president ni ma president. Constitution no hyɛ no sɛ ɔyɛ ɛho hwehwɛmu. Timini woka say there president de asɛm no kɔma council of state and wɔn ɛbɔ mmɔden anam so wɔn establish the friend no primer facie saa na judges for the can wɔn ka them say primer facie as a primer facie ɛna CCA ya form a committee a yɛhwehwɛ mu na maame ɛbɛyɛ press conference ama ɔde ne nsɛm bebree abɛtototo dwa nsɛm no deɛ maame no de ba bɛto abɔnten na ɛdɔɔso na takeaways bi wɔ mu a bɛpɛ sɛ me ne wodi saa nkɔmmɔ no na mekyerɛ m adwene wɔ maame Gertrude Torkornoo ne presser no takeaways a ɛwɔ na mewie a me nso mabɔ ne tɔfa makyerɛ m adwene minkyia me nuaba nobo ɛwɔ Dr. Ren TV so ɛwɔ Facebook aminkyia no na minkyia abusuafo a mohwɛ me nyinaa me ma mo nyinaa mo akɔ aba. The topic is very simple. Topic ni de ede na ade a da achi bi me ni ho kra no a me pese video we meburu ne maba wa o meba behwe no o besua bibi free me topic ni. We say Ghana's last evil suspended judge. Now Maminchia wadinasa ewo ahase minchia na enkomo no a yebedie no very very interesting eno akra na menya ne ntie kra se saa na maame no kra no Chief Justice no na busuafo ne wofa bia no wobo ne din wono na betray ye mampanyini Kwame Nkrumah na o betray no se eja CIA for emano ademudie and so after the betrayal no hwe ama tie na die obia Ghana bia na wo kan about obesi uhwe judge ya wotiwe ya otimi say judge fine girl o ai Ghana nya asem hwe so yankonko tie quickly a friend is saying asema esi yankotie ewo GBC.
And this is one of the key points. The Do Lodge facility that being tried in featured very prominently in the planning of the murder of judges on June 30th, 1981. Was a Do Lodge chosen for this inquiry to make me feel insecure? I think so. Those are the words of Gertrude Torkornoo yesterday. She said a Do Lodge was chosen to kind of throw her off her game a little bit, to borrow, for lack of better expression. I wonder if Cap has any questions for you.
Well, sir, the violation has not stopped, but have escalated beyond anything I could have imagined as possible injustice. This one she shouldn't have said because she has no evidence to back it. When it comes to a Do Lodge, where she alleges the
he said it was her uncle, she stayed there for years, and it was a key, one of the places that were prominent in the planning and the murder of
So she has no evidence to back it. She has no evidence. In fact, where in the history of Ghana, which textbook, which law case has ever brought up the Judicial as a place that was used to plan the execution of the judges? Completely, it's not backed by any evidence whatsoever.
The Chief Justice or body trim or cancer more. Assembly be a walker canoe or body trim.
If you knew, if the Chief Justice in her life, and she's not a young person, she's old enough, she's past 63 or so. So if a person like this, who was old enough in 1981, knew that there was a planning to murder judges at that place, and she took no step and had decided to sit back until today, then she's a very dangerous citizen of this country. Yes, very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous woman.
When those culprits involved
very dangerous person.
Denied. And what is so worrisome is that being the Chief Justice of Ghana, every year you preside over the service that is held in honor of the judges. You preside over it. After that, you have gone there many times, and as the Chief Justice, you preside at least twice. And now you come and tell us that you know all that happened. And you decided to keep quiet.
And you kept quiet.
I believe that Madame is doing a big injustice to herself. And as my colleague said, there are certain things. You have a family, a husband, and children, and classmates, and church, everything. You don't have to come and do this in public. You see, until she did that, until she did that, I didn't even know that her direct uncle, father's elder, was this man who betrayed Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Alex Kwesi-Saki. He took money from the CIA, and he was the most trusted confidant of Nkrumah, and told Kwame Nkrumah that Nkrumah should travel. There would be no coup, because CIA had promised him to make him the next president of Ghana. That man's niece is this man. Until all this man.
Enti, aya Saki no a, aya Mame Torkornoo koka se aya ne wofa. No wotene nchen na no ko school. Saa papa no na betray Kwame Nkrumah. Adema aya CIA for. Na ohwe ni mu se CIA for tu na de so a ye beye no omampanyin. CIA for tu na de so ya anya no omampanyin. Omutu Kwame Nkrumah de so o ma anya no wofa no omampanyin. Wa mu nim de siye enam a free famo ankra mo ene eye kotoka mo etu no ade so a echire mkofa eye buzi abai. Disankofo we mu de efritete. Omo ye betrayal. Efritete. Omo ye the fifth column of Ghana's our democracy. Efritete. Ana omo nye nkofo a omo my efritete. So clearly utie eye de lawyer Anochi kan no a ekire pefe. Now mama no I'm making some allegations be any some en kasa bi a eni nyina so bi a. Now one of the thing here about Judicial no say ho ana ekunkum nkofo no kure bia anye den enim sa. Coming from a judge we wo man Ghana nyina ye Chief Justice. Na otimi kansem a onim se oni nyina so very, very dangerous, because what it is they say yenya wo mampanyini bia ono so se woni mu mra na adwene mu wo fom a the Chief Justice ibe bia no obehunu ne say bia e bibi papa. But thankfully yenya nyansani a woye mampanyini, and they can see through the lies of the Chief Justice. This is Ghana's Chief Justice. No wonder Senna in some court na kwakoye unanimous decision, because say one follow or no name some more war canoa the bubefu one yet ye or no epa obedi hu kokonsa actually na nado down kwaku for the busiafo. Now I mean share yes Sandy Kujo abusia wo hwem or Facebook na wa share. So clearly we find some ya aba nsem ya akoso a utumi hu say Chief Justice no or ye better about something. Yes, of course, and the Juman warrior and yes, ye in sin chain. Iti enya ne de. Enya ne de. But adwuma na wo ye no wo ye ne sen na wo ye no. Clearly petitioners ne nsɛm om de akɔ akɔma ɛyɛ ɔmampanyini a ɛne na mu a yɛate ho committee a yɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu no. The question is say na ɛho hia sɛ chief justice ɛba bɛyɛ press ana na ɛho hia deɛ ɔbɛyɛ yi ɛyɛ for sympathy ɛfrɛ ne sɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ bɛhunu ne mmɔbɔ because ɔyɛ ɔbaa fili dɛ amanfo me kyia because ɔyɛ ɔbaa na adwene mu no saa na ɛkyerɛ. But you see, this has nothing to do with the sex of the Chief Justice. The law, as she always says, the law is the law. Now, remember with the takeaway, no na mu seni abinya obetiasie the Chief Justice no ne suspension no and semua wom enuoma sebio ekoba ya ono aba be pressure ede matenasia ye ba be bobo ho ne di ho enkomo efa ne pressure take away sa ewo the pressure. Now Chief Justice the 9 key takeaways no o sha ase no o ma nyina te ase ema Ghana fo nyina ehuru se ono Justice Torkornoo no the historical facts ono no na dwene mu no or the two yenim say historically no the 68 years of Ghana's democracy no Ghana's constitution no bibi say and to Chief Justice biada. That is the first pointer we make here. But that first point is so make here no so a fallacy, a untruth statement no credit. Because I bet there the PFA said ABC 1963 when the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is suspended one year. Onwangasa being a Chief Justice no crown. In some of the Barbeto Abontin crown, she was misleading the entire nation. If I told you, was it threat to judicial independence? Na question maybe some mami say that Ben Owuno said judicial independence no was was a threat, was at a stage where they don't feel secure. That Ben Owuno said the judicial independence no was under threat. Is this one no yesi yenyin nsi nkyɛn no no kasa no ana and into they fraud the whole justice system ana because ena me no kasa the judiciary service no omo ye omo adwuma ye acting Chief Justice Justice Paul Bafuboni Paul Amanten say the kamfo wo ye na adwuma into which under threat no worker enam say aka ne ntidie opeso kire Ghana fo nyina say the judiciary system no obi tata wo mo in just less than 6 months in obi tata achieve a judicial system so mamena semua etosu mienu oka enye nokre nokre bi enim our justice is not under any threat. Resetting the ehunya. You see, Ghana your mind be say you see the democracy not democracy no and you perceive a we must be prepared to dani den nyina no I say yen such a ye merem and into now USA and now UK and Marano why I see assessing immigration laws. Yes, you see family laws. Oh, yes, you see a company laws. Oh, yes, some edimrebia ba dani den nyina no. Yes, samra. Dani den nyina no. Ye de mrane den, ye de foforo be ka ho. Sana democracy de etie. Tie free be precedents. What you see? Aha. Eti maami asem o kan say since 1968 ni ye ntintum mpo say e bi nsi dampo dia. Ono no there is bibia ho a ye de be den. Ye de be sha something has to, give way for something. What you say? Or no, the first person in the shas here. I don't know. It tells you, say, she has to understand said the laws of the nation is not static. What you say? There bibi besi ama enam so ama nsachraye bi ayde aba. What you say? Bibi besi ama nsachraye aba. It is a insida. Na sa to na mmere tu na esi a onje ntum se sa na tie. What do you say? Now no ma a friend is saying so the threat to judicial independence no ntro abena mo akwa ba William Carp Mitchell ntro bibi sa bia de anyhow. What do you say? I say Sandy Kujo say God has blessed John Mahama and his government. I am very happy that Ghana in this generation we have a 2 CJ and a nobu so ye roll call. Philida man for say hi doc. Na Minia Zigma Sumichi William Carbon so I say. So the former CJ is making mockery of herself. Na making kind comment no 2 platform both Facebook and YouTube. Salute Abna Michiao. Now yen twasu. Ye toss me and so see Supreme Court rejected public hearing. Mami asemo a wo ka no peso kire se Supreme Court o peso onya hearing a friend is saying public broadcasting. They said you now a friend is saying koto aba na a friend is saying broadcasting man the entire nation will be ehunu ye no. Sana mami epese do. But question is you say what Emrano SCA Emrano say asem for Chief Justice na ekoto president nim ne SCA hwehwemu a yemma ho kwan na yem broadcasting live ana say tisadia ana say John Mahama money the a friend is saying Council of State for no any committee na anya dia eno nka me Dr. Ren metina he nka meka say o ma anya ade. But Emrano so interest Emrano say ye free bibi in camera ne chere say enye say ye ne pete mu bi ehu. What you say I say ekwan ne kokoam. The framers of the constitution in the Indian gas ye nkwan ne kokoam because of the magnitude of the person or ye Chief Justice. In Emrano or ye Chief Justice Emrano wan kinkan senka wa kinkan Emrano ha and go be say sa Emrano a ewo ho no e say yen sacha na nka eja wa request for amendment to be through other means a betumi aman sacha ya be but what na ho din wo ji aketua what na wo din the fa Emrano ho a e betumi am ye Chief Justice e free so no wan fa na adwene anko ehunu se ebi amara na enye ana emre ne du se eyese yen sakyraye wamfa na adwene anko wahunu the su ene ne bai de opeso wo kire se yenye coup d'etat ntia yen constitution no a emma kwan se ebeye ne hearing no public. So you see what the Chief Justice is trying to do. She being the apex and a friend is saying the primus of judge for nyina so nim mra no di mra no so maami we say yento mra ne nto ntwene yembu mra no so na onu nti ne hearing we no yenya ne public, and this is very dangerous. If you want to be so kire say aye onu nti no ese mra no ye totwene ne ye bibi foforo de mano because your friend get rude. What you see? To henwa osusu say wono na judge fo nyina wona ye abedikan wona dikane this asema to the dia emra no ese ediso o se ntontwene ye nya ne foforo de ono no pe no ye nya man na se sa na nka asem bia to obi a wo Ghana na obi atumi court ko kire mu say de wo pe no ye nya man no dia ene ne se nka o man Ghana na jungle because me fom mra na me akoka kire judge say o ma fom mra de ese bio ebi ananu ya kodu eye le win edika ekukum obi bay nanka court or so judge me na be kum obi ba no but me ndi asem no mo be di asem na mo bra me fie na mo me mbeka na asem no kra me pese de be court bi because me le win me yi a friend is saying we create content ma Ghana for sere. Can you imagine? That is what the Chief Justice suspended Gertrude a person a day a man and running man kwansa and running tia the obusano see a koya na just say ye tiamera na just say ya two constitution na intimi nyansa it the all Canada nyansa bia enhyeda ennim nyina mraso mra no enkyeresa mra no emma ho kwan yenko eye your friend is saying all right master Mark. She thinks he is a super intelligent. Ay, sana aye abnanso eche. Ora Henry Hansen aye michia ye and anafum so michia. Sana mami oka. We don't want aye the CJ aye we don't want the CJ period. Ora Henry Hansen you see am CJ period. Hey, so what do cry there? Well, yeah, 70 period. Young court number 4, so I say held at Edu Lodge, a symbol of fear. She questioned the choice of Edu Lodge as the hearing venue, linked it to the 1981 murder of judges, including her uncle. I say, was it chosen to make me feel insecure? I think so, she said. Hey, Chief Justice. Mami Wepa. Me why dream you? Because Edu Lodge in saying maybe a pim na foreign affairs ministry. Maybe a pim na kufa adu kusisi okra me kufa adu kra ko. Eti kufa adu ko ho no. Ada na ono nso wansuro no wandwane. So we know Bruni Beka fishing expedition. Opeso okeka bibia na se tomu a Ghana for anya a friend is saying sympathy be aman. Again, the Chief Justice is the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude is misleading the entire nation. Udiatro. I am yase obia winimra na washemra na wadamra no udiatro si. And inti ana yese abenya wabe or taking it seriously to reset the judiciary services. Now, young call a year number 5. Was he denied access to petition? Chief Justice accused the committee of withholding copies of the petitions against her, preventing her from preparing a proper defense. They refused to give me the document forming the basis of the hearing, she stated. Yawahana mami ankasa ebeto abontene nsɛm na petitioners yɛnyina yɛnnimu na eliki beto ɛyɛ public. Why na de beto? Because no person feel say what the beto a Ghana fo be hu mmɔbɔ bi di ama no ɛna yi nsɛm a wɔke ɛdrɔ ɛna wotwa na ofeel say yɛ di na access there are processes you can request. Now when you copies, now lawyers are go through. And so when him say President John Mahama nya copies no. Almo for me a year or the man a year friend is saying the Council of States are almost for me a year prima facie and the yababa be do a yenya committee no. And krata no president MIT say petitioning in krata ni na ye kukuru di aman. Again, the end of the soka. Is it her word against the president? Oh, the upper so painted John Mahama. She wants to paint John Mahama as somebody only papa. Oh, such a person, no, but a very dangerous tool. Ghana's democracy. Very dangerous. Now, young number 6 so or say witnesses subpoenaed illegally. She challenged the legality of committee issuing subpoenas, urging it lack statutory authority to compel witnesses. Mami says send it no. Witnesses. Womwa petition ye form. Beya say ye ma ne ho akwanya. Na woni wo ye den. Edidi nkomo na ye toto wo ma no. So we hunu ne say committee na ye bibia to prevent witnesses. Yete ha ana ye kokoto waba 2020 ana aba no court ana NDC forecast say maame no a wotena kwanya mu a wodi asem no a oye EC no asem no wono na di efre ne sen obobobo election di odi nkunim ne di wenni nkunim asem wo efa no won ne practices a woye koto aba no nti yento nsam frɛ no na maame we Gertrude Torkornoo Chief Justice not yakonyim osi de biara da ehu nya se ebefre adukoi Jane Mensa aba no aba betina doc nim na ebusebusa ne nsam nti ampani ampa yamfre adukoi ene de wono force committee keke se chinchine twan yen supina yem hye witnesses no mombra no no ntoto o man se gonim se wachine bi se beto no a ka be sure se nke bia nko ma isi ebe yi nsem bia oh ese wo wi ofo nsa na wahwe wo de wanhwe ni ya obefi se wo wi obi de na eso na wa wo nsa na wo wi yenko ne friend is saying ni another allegation our kind Niyama Johnson says she is diabolical. Oh boy, into uncommon so baseless allegations. Yanko baseless allegation wa making way yanko de or say she dismissed the petition as unfounded, providing evidence to refute claims of misconduct, including travel expenses and judicial decisions. Not one allegation is remotely true, she insisted. So, or see a baseless allegation. So, a banner saying Anna Onya petition ni bi ene wotumi gina so aka say baseless because because was a petition no onya the banner saying no ka say petition no e baseless. So wonya bi dia then na hunu de e petition ni on ka no kore. Oye atrofo nyina ahema. Na anya me wan say 2028 MPP for so mo de ono ne ba omia ticket ene beba. Anya me wan atrofo nyina wo mo hema no Chief Justice no obi a ozo ohunu petition ni bi o ene de o se petition wo hunu bi na nso so otimi gina so ka se petition ni baseless ibisa wo ade a wo hunu ye otimi ka timi say baseless sa ade de se wo hunu no wa kenkan yo ansa na ba hunu se no kure wo ma na no kure ni de se wo hunu ye de na wo ka say ye baseless say allegations ni baseless na maybe some so wo hunu ye o hunu petition no anaya sa na o kan na say wo hunu petition na allo awomi if you don't see that there's something how you feel talk about it say the thing where you don't see that thing say the thing where you claim say you don't see the petition where you claim say they don't give you how come now you know the content of the petition hey are they way marriage data are they way or Chief Justice are they way in frama hey utimi namwa no why intercept ye adan we anas areme ya anas ana hey mami we on kanokre hey And then will be a woman idea was a baseless allegation. Wakumu just wakumu dito crow. Biemu bobo judges for a man named says walk cansem a drone action. A drone action. A drone action. A drone action is your friend on the crane. Truth, a drew. And then action. Walk a cannon wounds. Because I dear me who and so see me who you know, it me come once. Mammy. Anyway, Ebiana Mintiminka. My love for women in Timintiminka. Anyway, young number 8 is was no resignation despite pressure. Or will be a man pressure. Will be no man pressure. Okay, can be keke. Okay, can be. Also, the Chief Justice firmly rejected calls to resign, stating that stepping down would legitimize an injustice and an unjust process. Resigning is not an option. It would mean accepting this flawed system, she declared. Wow. Flawed system. If the system is flawed, then John Mahama and this new government, we are right. Somebody resetting the judiciary service. Because all along, for the 20-something years our judge, you've been part of a flawed system. All be lie. Because the system is flawed there. How many years now take you to answer now when the system is flawed? And Chief Justice, what's the system is flawed? How many years and now take you say Ubehunu is okay? System here is operating is flawed. Some ambiguity. If you ever Chief Justice now no him. Huh? Or Chief Justice now no him say a friend is saying is flawed. What? So clearly, look, Mami we Yansa. And in the tree. Because Yansa pa with the trimua, and con cancer we are walking. Because we achieve justice. I will be one on our Casasea. Clearly, one Ghana, because Ghana phone to lead a flawed system. Because Obejina Bontia, Obey pressing, Obey Casacasay, baby anyone can say, John Mahama, the Oyen, with Tiamera. Who be said MPP for no Mecca just said John Mahama and Tiamera. It said John Mahama and Tiamera, they are. A day na CC dear. Oh, notice a system. A flawed. Ye chian hoka, abon hoka, ye man the driver, man the policeman. A shan is social fear for. I notice he can't be cry or fire they call holidays or then the banning economical holidays. I'm running tia. And now what in a union only the Kunun in manner to play more bad Zanzibar, one would do woman, one di pocky, one di ice cream. And they were going to say a fraud because they Ghana taxpayers' money in the wood. It was chopping Ghana's taxpayers' money there. The system was not flawed because at the time she was enjoying. She was enjoying a flawed system. At the end, it will be a banner or resetting a flawed system. No, she is not happy. She's not happy. Because she wants that flawed system to keep going on. So that the like of nkɔfoɔ bi te sɛ wɔn no wɔn bɛkɔ so enjoy a flawed system. And a Jomama Bay, what's it there be? To say yes to Christo, who call Ras, sorry them, what they are banners to a moment tone, your mother was sorry them, na ye pamu. Ye pamu. It's your one cophobia. They are not happy. Said Jomama, every setting Ghana. And that is the gospel truth. Because we are all benefited from the flawed system. They said, the Gertrude Torkornoo benefited from that flawed system. And you know, they didn't jake. So we be about war ye. I said, but damn near what tiffy. Now, what was a wook see feel? Now, walk a proper need them. Never fool. Because to one only dear, a fina what tini, okay, in the perfect world. Two banners will be proper more. That is the typical Gertrude MPP member. I no dear anymore. Or ye Chief Justice. On Percy a such line. If I toss and I was a conflict of interest in committee, she raised concerns about Justice Poorman chairing the proceedings, given his past rulings in favor of one petitioner, Daniel Ofori. Oh, how can this woman be so petty? Well, very petty, but sanity. Because you see, the pettiness, they started from the place of a cool zone. Enye no kreb nim se place no a cool zone. What you say? No kreb the enim. The kreb enim, but opeso pushes our narrative ni de magana for. Se sanity. Kubia and Amisru and at the end. The Metima can say she's a very wicked mother. A very wicked person. Because say what you what a sanity, dear no ye foul. All these years one kasa. All these years one Ghana for 1 man. And then we'll be being and we'll be catching Ghana for say boo Ghana for and come on one minimum baby no baby as a man. Say ni say na sanity. A dear constitution akase. I see a man who crying. Na ye yose bibi sa akosia. Ye in camera. I say no. She needs a husband there to join her to set aside the constitution. She wants us to follow her wishes to set aside the constitution. She wants us to overthrow the constitution. All because Nikunu person betina ne nkyɛn. See, walk on your shiny bag na mame. Hey, normal, your protocol, your security, now then you go baby a mere bag. Hey, nay, you court to a landing room here. And found one you will be searched. And your protocol. Maybe I would be to pay a shawn baby cum yet a nipano or tia conyum judge not tia conyum, and now the baby bonny crab baby yet will opponent to be and now be bisa. Hey, protocol. No sharp object. Mobile phones are off and all those things. Hey, near my court. Now, everyone wants to say, Mammy or Tessa with Nimra. She should read Article 4:1, Article 4, Section 1. And it talks about the defense of the Constitution. And she will realize the India, Ghana, fire quiet and not supporting her. Yeah, maybe the NDC for me, Brianna, my word, some Pamo. Yes, a lot of NDC for me, Brianna, my word, they said, could chase him out, chase those crazy ball heads out of town. Because she has a deep, dangerous hatred towards people who or no what says for 42 years ago. or with deep and dangerous hatred for people she claimed say omni kum ne wofa no a obitre Kwame Nkrumah ko GC ekwa ko gisika wo de dem si ye di tu Kwame Nkrumah de so na ne wofa it ehyenimu. So imagine say maami we work on the court na bia we CPP ni as a young student na asema koto n'animu a hey la see akwahwehwe say maame no wache obi to prison see akone akwahwehwe mu because ebia the judgment bebre no ebia a foul judgment me come tell say maame no wache nkofo atoto mu da the judgment bia ma obi akọ prison see a yen ntem ne akwahwehwe because what ya konwa no mu nyina say judge no ansa no be chief justice no or yawdie bi hyenimu. How can you be a chief justice when you harbor such a hatred towards a group of people, towards a political group of people? And into na no John Mama call baby or bone the way my minister na no fistrin na no what me say K Labadiba Rabaku Saka Tatarada. What me say yes, the wicked that men do lives after them. And indeed, the wicked that Gertrude Torkornoo did as a chief justice will forever follow her. The political views, the way I say kakape or babe chiwari or babe kick out. And it's very, very shameful. So Mami Wei was appointed as a chief justice. Hey! Edi Mami Wei. I said we have to look at her previous judgment, even from the lower courts. Because Mami Wei you be here. So okotena na so ye ga adangbeni na wodin bi te se amatefio a wonya ti wodin amatefio no pe a ebe tregano. So we have to. And I will say because your mama they are very, very wicked. Wait. What's my cotton in me a fro? I'm out of you, or else I say I'm out of you. We year bonity, I may well be maybe a trade. We inform Kotu. Media may say we need to look at her previous judgment, even from the lower courts. You see, in fact, no, you're the press or you're encophobia, what you say. Yaubi at bitterness. A kufu adam was on with you. And into a kufu adam on power crown. Poso more. Just the Biamu born and I barry, I hearing just I've been feeling I've been born in Quan, Tom Honam crying and Tosso. And you're Hanaha, and you're soft, and you're, and you're feeling in him. Or John Mahamas here and the body and Nahana, do the bitterness in Nakume. Which me sweetie pie, a yellow dinner Mahamas say out to me say, yes, we say, yay, Charlie. Nano Kokasai, we was empty before now for funny video, and we look at them. One on a mombo corset too. Mammy on a mombo corset, I with me. I'll be hello, oh, you should in natural voice. What do you say? Aha, Uncle, yes, you're sweet. The voice now, what here? If we put on, Shubakwele. Mami Wei sat on a year election petition. It's now election petitions. Election petitioners, look at say, Yem provided a year Jane Adukwe Mensa. Mami Wei said the Biara to be cross-examined. And Kamameno, it would have been a good precedent to be followed by courts below the Supreme Court. But why? The Mamene Kanina na me say she cannot function well without her husband. Yes. Oh yes, she can't function well without her husband. Because the unique couldn't bet now a man pop. And your money, at him running my own. This is a woman, Wobo Modinia. Yeah, Baba Bear, a friend or call a friend say parliamentary committee anymore vetting the judgment on a year birth certificate and citizenship matter. Troka, tan. That is our chief justice. They are suspended. So clearly, I see a question the judgment to be brave. Now you see what is so shocking about her press conference. They say, "Man, shade who ni kunu se ni kunu man vim sao. Man shade who se ni kunu jina ne chi. The guy was saying kani kunu jina ne chi na kwa any bodyguard no man vim. But you were able to do exactly what you wanted to do because what you say a year." A friend is saying, a year Ghana Bar Association, Mamino, a year Joe Gatti, the wife. Joe Gatti wife, as somebody babet, they didn't come by ya, you suspended you. Or because say, I'm running near you. A chile Gabi Mutian, no. Gabi mu friend will phone so Mutian on a mamma petrol letter to support the Chief Justice. It when I mean one was MP before the Tron crack and the man because only MP before the meetings. Or normally quay meetings. And this a way to me about money and deliver about your press conference, Mammy. The other year, you say, Kagana for your cassie a can, ye cannon of grimoire, a ye content. A ye contempt. You prejudice a year as someone a work committee, I ain't dim ye. Assembly work committee anymore. You can't want some way. What about Bantina because the Caribbean need petitioners, nothing. Will be also who petition. Almost a wood chere, Usubai. Who feen who bonnet. Who says he would done a dear Magana of winning there when say, John Mahama was right. John Mahama was right. A courage there was any right is being violated. The enemy who said MPP Nibia war yes, MP Menshia South, a branch be a coa, and then a man was shot idea white said you will be a veterinary doctor or continent in a year, Paul, a year, I don't watch TV swa, or yen what to say the A. Now, no, then. Say a year Chief Justice, no, the human right is under threat. Nebuchadnezzar Chief Justice, only police for the now. And if so be it, will be how that's will be Hunawa. And van alcohol. A police station is all do some. We are Ghana and Ninas will be tit will be how. Who the awesome police na police have a bomb by. Who's only police for the now. Who fear with team police they protect you. Ghana for near taxes 8 years. And it will be tit to no be how. And your police for is all do some call. Who need uncle police station. You need to be a Chelsea police station. I could make complaints and go for tata. Your mount police near Oba who buy an operiania na chu. I be mobile morning. They by friends afternoons, a year friends a shift. They by night shift. Yɛwɔ ɛkɔfo a ofi a wotim asogyafoɔ ne apolisifoɔ a wɔbɔ wɔn ho ban as a chief justice, even though you are suspended. Tidia na wo pese wo ye te se de obi wan na etata wo de wa ye wa ye sai wan na etata wo pe bia na otwitwa ye flowers so na ye nyi obefie wa na obeti wa ye saa no na eja sister ta me nyini ne maami bia na eja onu anu aduane ma ye we fie ye friend sister ta ono so age so ebeboa wa ye saa no ebeboa why say you went pan wig na Ghana for any bre ana said there wig so there wig is so there dada no a oti ase ti mami obi enu a water town na so bi mpo tata you know where the police station at here woni mumra no men behave said they we a friend is saying naive men behave said they ignorant I say woni mumra pa ti famra no say obi mpo tata why they wako uni article 33 ka and idea wo ye nyina kire say I say you don't even believe in any institution but say institution NDC for 8 years in opposition NDC for 8 good years the MPP no o pese obo mo ba hwede o maye o man Ghana troka o ma say o man no troka inti eye papa no e friend po aman no if you can't say anything good about him just shut up keep quiet because ne po aman nantia munya mo ye wa ene na wo be bia ba wa no be cancel Peter alpha I say she is extremely ignorant ora Henry Hansen I say men kanche ora His Excellency John Mahama said if he's going to wear the military uniforms he better act like it. And there he's Oscar Mike. He's on the move already. Oscar Mike. Because to Sahara said yes. No, never. So Gertrude Torkornoo, you can organize bigger press conference. You can even organize vigils. You can even do all night. You can even shout and scream and organize a float. You can even organize a friend is saying a demonstration. The law is the law. Sapepe. Eniti nyadi agana for ye be so won semoso. Debida ye be so won semoso. Embe ka say hey e na maami we opeso ye debida yini musuni wo ban yini mudada yehunu mudada yenim de mutimi ye enti na Ghana fo no ye ka no kore ne kire o ma abre ni bre nyina enti na mebetena ha ye ka no kore aminchia ahwenepa nkasa ahwenepa design abusia mense wo mre mense wadaji aha ana ye de ensempa ye de besi Sir Max Michiam eye Christopher Donko Michiam Zigma Michiam abusia madam nyina amasi nyame ya do so ye be say shi God bless our homeland Ghana make our nation great and strong go to defend forever.